When a house becomes a machine instruction. Reading automated construction through the execution boundary. A house used to begin as labor. Wood was measured by hand. Walls were raised by crews. Errors were corrected on site. Judgment lived close to the work. But in automated construction, the sequence begins earlier. A BIM model becomes structured data. Structured data becomes machine instruction. Machine instruction becomes a cut, a screw, a wall panel, a window frame, a delivery module. At that point, the house is no longer only being built. It is being executed. This shift matters. When construction moves into a factory line, many traditional risks are reduced. Weather has less influence. Repetition becomes more consistent. Labor variance decreases. A robot can place hundreds of screws with precise coordinates. A digital workflow can reduce material loss and make production faster. In a recent automated housing factory case, the production line described BIM-driven cutting, robotic framing, automated fastening, QR-based work sequencing, and a production model where major details are fixed before the line begins. That is impressive. But automation does not remove governance. It moves governance earlier. The critical question is no longer only, can the robot build it? The deeper question becomes, should this specific build path be allowed to open under the current design authority, material state, inspection status, environmental assumptions, and delivery constraints? This is the execution gap in automated construction. Approval is not execution. A design may be approved. A material list may be valid. A robot may be calibrated. A module may be scheduled. A customer may have signed off. But execution is not the same as prior approval. Execution happens at a moment. And at that moment, the system should know whether the authority still holds, whether the input state is still valid, whether the machine state is still trusted, whether inspection requirements have been met, and whether any unresolved condition should block or delay the run. Why this matters more in factory-built housing. In factory-built housing, the strength of the system is also its constraint. Once the line opens, changes become harder. Once a wall panel is produced, the error becomes physical. Once a module is shipped, the cost of correction moves outward. Once a home is assembled, governance failure is no longer a software issue. It becomes someone's living space. The lesson is not that robotic construction is unsafe. The opposite may be true. Robotic construction can make quality more repeatable, measurable, and auditable. But only if execution is governed before it becomes irreversible. In manual construction, many decisions are caught in the field. In automated construction, many decisions must be bound before the machine acts. That means the governance layer has to move from review to admissibility. Not just, was the design approved? But, is this execution path admissible now? Not just, was the machine capable? But, is the machine state currently eligible to act? Not just, was the customer specification recorded? But, is the current production run still bound to the correct authority, version, constraints, and inspection requirements? The boundary moves earlier in every automated industry. As more physical systems become software addressable, homes, vehicles, infrastructure, logistics, medical devices, energy systems, the boundary between information and action becomes thinner. A model is not just a model when it drives a robot. A drawing is not just a drawing when it opens a production line. A schedule is not just a schedule when it triggers assembly, shipment, or installation. The future of automation will not be decided only by whether machines can act. It will be decided by whether action can be opened under the right authority, at the right time, in the right state, with the right constraints. A house made by robots is still a house. But before it becomes a house, it is an executable path. And that path needs governance before it opens. FO Lens, Cases 03. Read the full essay at writing.luralane.com.